Antibiotic resistance. Sounds technical, right? But it's more than just a scientific term. It's a looming crisis that could affect every single one of us in ways we might not even imagine. But trust me, this is something that could change every one of our lives. So what is it? How does it sneak into our lives and turn our world upside down? Well, antibiotic resistance happens when bacteria, those tiny invisible troublemakers, learn how to fight back against the medicines we use to kill them. They evolve, adapt, and become stronger, making our trusted antibiotics less effective. Suddenly, an infection that used to be easy to treat becomes a whole lot scarier. What was once a minor inconvenience can now become a major health threat. But how does this actually happen? How do these bacteria outsmart our best defenses? To start with, it's often because we overuse or misuse antibiotics. We take them for illnesses they can't even treat, like the common cold or flu. Ever had a cold or the flu and thought, maybe antibiotics will help? It's a common misconception, but it's a dangerous one. They won't, because those are caused by viruses, and antibiotics only work on bacteria. Using them incorrectly just gives bacteria more opportunities to learn and adapt. Using them when you don't need to just gives bacteria more chances to figure out how to beat the drugs. It's like giving them a practice run. Another big reason, not finishing the full course of antibiotics. This is a critical mistake many people make. You start to feel better, so you stop taking the pills. But this is where the danger lies. But some bacteria are still hanging around, just waiting to adapt and come back stronger. They survive, they multiply, and they become more resilient. And of course, bacteria are clever. They have their own survival tactics. They mutate naturally, and sometimes they swap resistance genes with other bacteria, kind of like passing cheat codes at school. This makes them even harder to defeat. So why does this matter? 2 words: superbugs. These are not just science fiction, they are a real and present danger. These are bacteria that don't care what antibiotics you throw at them, they just keep fighting. They are relentless and can cause untreatable infections. Infections that were once no big deal can suddenly become life-threatening. This is not just a medical issue, it's a societal one. Hospitals have to deal with longer stays and higher death rates, and simple surgery or cancer treatment can become a gamble, all because of the risk of an untreatable infection. The stakes are incredibly high. You might have heard of MRSA or multi-drug resistant tuberculosis, real-life examples of this problem that are already making headlines. These are not isolated incidents, they are warnings. But here's the good news. There are things you and I can do to help. We are not powerless in this fight. Only use antibiotics if a doctor prescribes them. This is the first and most important step. Always finish the course, even if you feel fine after a few days. This ensures that all the bacteria are killed and none are left to develop resistance. Wash your hands and keep up good hygiene to stop infections in the first place. Prevention is always better than cure. And whenever possible, support efforts to use fewer antibiotics in farming and animal care. This helps reduce the spread of resistance from animals to humans. Antibiotic resistance is a global crisis, but it's not hopeless. We can turn the tide with collective action. With a few smart choices, we can all make a difference. Every action counts. The future of medicine depends on it. Together, we can ensure that antibiotics remain effective